we have not talked to you in great depth since the trade, since what's happened, and the makeup of this basketball club has changed a little bit. Are you a Quickly and Barrett fan? Is it the right move? Has it done the right thing?
It's done the right thing in a couple of different ways, I think, guys. It balanced out the two units with the Raptors. They got two new starters in Quickly and Barrett, and the bench is now stronger with Schroeder and Gary Trent coming off. So I think that's helped. I don't know. Something had to give with that first group, and I thought the first domino would be Siakam. The first one was Anunoby, but for what they dealt away, basically Anunoby and two guys who are never going to play here, they got two starters and a draft pick. So I think the return was pretty significant for the Raptors.
So is Pascal the next to go, or does he stay? Do you think?
Today I think he's going to go. Yesterday I thought he was going to stay. It's that kind of fluid. It's that kind of fluid nature around these guys, because I think personally I think they should extend him. Because I think once you get him on a contract extension, you know the number that you're trading him to. You know what his salary is. But I'm not sure he's going to want to do that. Maybe he wants to test free agency in the summer. So maybe you got to move him in the next 3.5 weeks just to get something back. So today I think he's going to go. Tomorrow I think he might want to stay. It's going to be fluid up until February 8th, the trade deadline.
We always try and anticipate what a general manager will want in return. I think it's clear to see right now with the Pirtle injury that the Raptors need another center. Don't you agree? They need another big guy.
Somehow, yeah, they do. But I think if they deal Siakam, what they got to get is his replacement. They got to get a cheaper power forward to fill in that starting role. I do think they're a little bit thin at center, obviously. They got, they don't like to use Boucher out there all that much. The Jonte Porter kid is okay, serviceable for a few minutes. But I think if you're trading Siakam, you're looking for a replacement power forward, another rotational player at center, and a couple of draft picks. And I think that without him being under contract, that might be the best you're going to get for him.
Just to Bob's point, the Pirtle injury, long term, what are they saying?
They're going to re-examine, sprained ankle pretty severely, going to re-examine him in a couple of weeks. So you're looking 3 weeks before he's back playing again. It takes 2 weeks before they even look at him again. And then if he's ready then, it's a week to ramp up to get back to playing time. So you're looking, I would say, a month before he plays again.
Do you think that they expedite the Siakam move because of the Pirtle injury?
No, I don't think so. I know that there would be a sense that they might want to overreact a little bit and fill that in, but they know that Pirtle's going to come back. So I don't think it will necessarily change their asking price. I think if they could get a center, great, but I don't think it will impact the ultimate decision whether or not to move Siakam.
Okay.
Actually, the way Siakam has been playing, to me, and shooting, by the way, that the way he was shooting from the corner last night in the second half was pretty impressive.
He's playing great. He's shooting like 63% from 3-point range in the last 6 or 7 games, and he's getting 25 points a night. He's playing really, really well. But the big deal is if you trade for him and he hasn't signed a contract extension, then you got to worry about whether he will re-sign with you in the summer. And then I've been told he made it very clear to Sacramento that he would not sign there in the summer. So that changed the package they were going to offer the Raptors, and it wasn't good enough. So, that's the complicating factor in this whole thing.
But there's no indication that Siakam doesn't want to stay in Toronto, is there?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I think he'd prefer to stay. I think he loves it here. He loves being with the Raptors. He has always told me that he would like to play as much of his career as possible with the team that drafted him. And I don't think he's not clamoring for a trade.
Right.
I think he and Scotty Barnes play well together. I think that was a big question going into this year. But they're both having great seasons. So obviously that works. So I don't think he wants to go anywhere.
But do you get Doug? Do you get a sense that management is trying to hedge their bets with him, or they don't want to pay him what he's going to be due in the summertime? Where's the appetite within management for Siakam?
maybe they'd like to get him back, but they certainly don't want to go to 5 full years, because nobody gives 5-year contracts anymore. And you don't know what a 35-year-old Pascal Siakam is going to look like. He's going to be 30 when he signs. So it's a big commitment. They also got to look at, they're going to have to pay Barnes. They're going to have to pay quickly in the next year or so. They're be on the hook for a lot of money, and whether they want to add to that with Siakam at 45 million plus, that's a long-term financial commitment that I'm not sure management wants to make right now.
I was just going to ask you the question: is term more than dollars? But I think you've answered the question.
Yeah, I mean, if they could get him on a deal where like a 3-year contract with maybe a player option for a 4th, or 2 years and 2 years and an option, then I'm sure they would do it. But if you're Siakam, why would you? Why wouldn't you wait until the summer and see what you can get for 4 years out there from some other team?
Well, and particularly when he's seen other players on this roster go and do that, right? Like Van Vliet.
And it's not like there won't be options out there for him. I can think of one where he might be a good fit would be Orlando. Another place he might be a really good fit is San Antonio. Both teams have enough salary cap space. They can just make an offer to him. They don't have to trade for him. They can wait till the summer and do their deal then.
Oh, I think there probably would be 20 teams that would take a look at him.
Oh, for sure. It's just a matter of teams would have the $39 million or whatever the number is to start the contract. But yeah, the guy's a 2-time All-NBA player. He's really, really good. I think that gets lost in a lot of the conversations about him, is that he's he might be, well, he's certainly a top 5 Raptor all time.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player.
Oh, and I mean, I know that a championship is a long way away for the Raptors, but if you're going to build a championship team, what you need is 2 or 3 great players. Most championship teams have that. And Siakam is the one proven championship type guy the Raptors have.
Absolutely. You need an old head who's been there, and he's been there.
Yeah.
He's a key player in that team that won in 2019. He's really, really important player on the team. And he can help these younger players, the Barretts, Quickleys, Barneses. He can help them along during a long playoff run if they get to one in the next 2 or 3 years.
The fascination is that 29 years old, I think he's 30 in April. He's an old dog now.
Yeah,
and particularly with this team that has skewed so much younger so quickly.
Longest serving Raptor. I think there's only him, Gary Trent, and Chris Boucher left from the team that played in Tampa 3 years ago.
Wow.
And I think there's only him and Boucher left from the team that won a championship in 2019.
The interesting thing is, do we still think of 30 as an old player?
Well, Siakam's been very durable. He hasn't been hurt an awful lot. He absolutely takes care of his body. He's one of those guys who understands nutrition, rehab, rest, diet, weightlifting, lifestyle. He's really cognizant of what he has to do to stay healthy, to play at a very high level.
Well, what we're seeing around sports in general, I think of the NFL. We just had a 45-year-old quarterback in New England who just retired. But if you go back before that,
you mean Tampa? You're not New England, Tampa.
Well, I meant Tampa. Yeah, sorry. Okay. If you go before that, the last 40-plus-year-old guy in the NFL that I can remember was Lou Groza, and he was with the Cleveland Browns like 40, 50 years ago. And now you've got all kinds of 38, 39, 40-year-old guys still playing football and playing very well. Most of them are quarterbacks, I acknowledge, but still, I think we are really seeing the days where you can look at a 30 or 32 or 34-year-old player and not think of them as old, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's got to do with nutrition, off-court stuff, weightlifting, training, lifestyle. And players understand you can make a ton of money in your 30s.
Right.
You can make stupid money. Steve Nash had his best years after he turned 30. Look around the NBA right now. Who are the best players? LeBron's going crazy at 38. Kevin Durant's still really good. Steph Curry's 35. The age now is skewing so much older that giving a guy a contract who's going to be 35, to me, isn't a big deal.
Right.
Because that guy, if that guy's that good, he's going to know how to take care of himself to be productive at that age.